All right, welcome to part 4. We are going to answer this test question in review. If a equals -2, what is a cubed plus 2 times the quantity of a plus 3 divided by a squared plus 5? Simplify. We have options A, 1, B, 15/9, C, -1, D, a -7/9. Hey, let's just jump right on into it. This is what you're going to want to do. Take it step by step. So step number 1 is you're going to want to substitute a -2 everywhere you see an A, right? If A equals -2 as it does up in the question, then everywhere you see A, you are going to want to substitute a -2, right? So this is -2 to the third power. This is 2 times -2. And this is going to be -2 raised to the power of 2. Now, if you see here, again, I'm showing an invisible 1. If you need to, go back, review my invisible 1 videos. It helps to clarify. This will be a -2, because we're going to substitute A equals -2 right here. 2 times a -2 raised to the first power, right? So I always advocate to show your invisible ones. So step 1, hey, substitute everywhere you see a -2. And that's what I'm showing you here, right? You want to be sure to, where there's an a to the third power, you're going to substitute that -2 for a. You see a 2 times a, it's 2 times a -2 raised to the first power. And a to the second power, since a equals -2, I'm going to substitute a -2 everywhere I see an a value. Then I'm going to follow PEMDAS. I'm going to follow the order of operations. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, and subtract. Okay, in order to simplify. So looking here, do I see anything inside the parentheses that I can do? And no, there's nothing inside, so I'm going to move to the next order of operations, exponents. I can simplify the exponents over here to the power of 3 and the power of 2, and then everything else I'm just going to rewrite. Whatever I'm not using, I'm just going to rewrite. So showing you in this next step, hey, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're simplifying the exponents, and after that step, in order of operations, you would be multiplying, right? So we're going to simplify the exponent, then we're going to multiply, right? So again, -2 to the third power is -2 times -2 times -2. I'm just going to rewrite that plus 2, and since there's not much I can do with the exponent to the first power, I'm just going to rewrite that -2. So this is plus 2 times a -2. Rewrite the plus and the positive 3. All divided by a -2 to the second power. Again, reminder, we're working on simplifying exponents, is -2 times a -2. I take that plus 5 and I just rewrite it. Okay? And so now that I've simplified the exponents, I'm going to multiply. -2 times a -2 is a positive 4. Positive 4 times a -2 is a -8. I'm showing you that. We'll show you that here in the next steps. So again, I don't like skipping steps. I'll take it one at a time. -2 times -2 is a positive 4. And I'm just going to rewrite that -2. -2 times a -2 is a positive 4, showing that here. Plus 2 times a -2 is a -4. Plus that 3, all divided by that positive 5. So you can see here, taking it step by step. Again, I'm going to want to multiply in that final step, a couple of steps, and then I'm going to add. So I'm going to show you that here. You have -4 times that a positive 4 times the -2. And I want to show you that again because I don't want to cause any confusion. You have in that last step on that first page, positive 4 times -2 is a -8. And then everything else I just rewrote. Okay? And then my final step, I'm going to add or subtract. -8 plus a -4 plus a positive 3 equals a negative 9. Let's take it a little bit slower. So I owe you $8. I'm going to add a negative 4 to that. So I owe you $4 more. You owe me $8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you owe me a total of $12, but you paid me back $3. You still owe me $9. That's the negative 9. Go ahead and review my videos on adding and subtracting positive and negative integers if that helps you out. And then here in the denominators place, we have 4 plus 5, 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is a positive 9. I'm not quite done. I'm not quite done here. I have a negative 9 over a positive 9. And anytime you have a fraction, you need to try to reduce or simplify that fraction, that term. So here I know a negative 9 and a positive 9 both can be divided by a positive 9. Negative 9 divided by a positive 9 is a negative 1. Positive 9 divided by a positive 9 is a positive 1. Anything over itself is 1. 1 over 1 is 1. 1 negative, 1 positive makes it a negative 1 value. So in simplifying the original term, we ended up with a negative 1 value. So the answer, that we started with, A, B, C, and D, the answer is C, negative 1. Let me show you that original problem here again, so you don't have to go and rewind. If A equals negative 2, what is A cubed plus 2A plus 3 divided by A squared plus 5 simplified? Again, the answer is C, negative 1. How did you do? Hopefully you got that correct. And I have a couple more examples of these type of simplifying the expression given a value. Hey, math is easy. Take it step by step.